All right, listen. Logic Pro has just further secured my thoughts in regards to it being the best DAW on the planet. Like, it just continues to blow my mind. So, these are the reasons why Logic Pro is the best DAW. I don't care what you say. Fight me. Like, I don't care. It just is, right? So, first off, I just figured out something new, and I'm gonna tell you about what I just figured out. And I'm probably late because I haven't been using this feature. Um, Not a lot. Like, I've used it very at a low level, but yeah, okay. So first off, reason why Logic Pro is just fire. You have a desktop version, and then as of the last couple years or whatever, we also have an iPad version, Logic Pro for iPad, which is fully capable. I was in a writing session not long ago and had my mobile set up. It was just the iPad, a tiny little MIDI controller, and I was able to get work done. Like, I was able to plug up my external drive with my sounds and all that stuff, drag those sounds in, and with the newest update on iPad now, I didn't have it then when I was in that session, but now they have it to where you can browse your sounds and like create a folder for like a custom sound. So I'm definitely going to play with that. But just as Logic Pro on iPad standalone can absolutely get the job done as far as getting ideas out, making edits, revisions, whatever, fully capable. Um, so you have that. You have the desktop version, which we all know is great. But then you also have, and we've had this for years, is the Logic Remote. Today is when my mind just got blown because I'm like, why haven't why haven't I known this to exist? So, all right. So if you don't know, oh shoot, I just turned something way up. I didn't mean to do that. I'm just trying to get out of this. So, all right, let me show you. All right, so this is like this is the logo for the Logic Pro Remote. So if you're on, man, I'm trying to get out of here. Okay, so if you're on iPad, it's gonna look like that. It's Logic Remote, right? So now we have Logic Pro, which is that. Looks like there's some new stuff going on in there. But we've had this. We've had this for a while. We just like, okay, whatever. So I pulled this up. Now, most people are familiar with the mixer. Like, this is the extent to which I used the Logic Pro remote on an iPad or on an iPhone. Now, I haven't tested this on the iPhone. I don't know if it's going to have the same capabilities that I'm going to tell you about that I discovered today, but I know it is on the iPad. So I'm working in the session here on Logic, on desktop, right? So I got some things going on, and I have the remote pulled up. What I didn't realize, I was programming drums. So I've been using Drum Machine Designer for over a year now. I got rid of the drum machine I was using, the Machina, got rid of it. I was just like, I just want to simplify life and just do everything on these keys. Even though pads, sometimes I like to fill the pads, but I was just like, I just want to like, I don't know. I went on this whole minimal thing. So I'm in here. I'm using Drum Designer, and Drum Designer is pretty cool. Like, I've been loving working in here. This is like a super basic kit, but you can just drag your samples in here, and you can just do all types of cool stuff. You got the little little sample thing here where you can kind of make some adjustments or whatever, do what you want to do. You got a couple options. So that's that, and then you can even go into detail and like get real crazy and creative. Glide, all that stuff is right here, especially like for your 808s. If you want to make your 808s glide, a lot of cool things. It's just all right there. So I've been using Drum Machine Designer to do that. What I did not know was that I could come over here to this remote, click this little button while I have the drum machine designer track selected. And instead of just staying in mixer, I can choose any of these. I can choose this. So I got some stuff in there. I could choose the chord thing, which on a crash, that's not really doing much. Live loops, step sequencer, right? So step sequencers I use quite a bit. Either that or just doing like just a regular kind of MIDI pattern. Like for the 808, I think I just did a piano roll or something. But for the kit, you can see here it has all the sounds listed that you would have in your drum machine designer, and then literally you can just go in and just like tap whichever sounds you want. You can do it quickly and just boom, right? Crazy. So I literally like tapped everything here on the iPad, which is better than clicking the mouse in my opinion. But then you can go a step further. So I have hi-hats right here. So let's just play this. So I have the hi-hat. So if I hit this arrow, this opens up the details, like the same that you would see here, right? So if I open up this little arrow here, now I have all these parameters to where I can do note repeat, I can change the note, I can change the octave, I can change the velocity, all of that stuff. Well, I have access to all of that stuff on the Logic remote on iPad. So now if I want a note to repeat, I can literally just with my finger just easily drag it up, and then if I hold it down, it like expands so I could see it even further, which definitely helps with like with note. So like you can literally, you know, fine tune like each note. Let me get it back to the original one. Same with octave, velocity, like all of that stuff. It's right here, just in the thing. So literally like it turns this into almost like a little touch screen drum machine thing, but then you can also use it for other things. Let's just go to a regular sound and see what that does, because I'm curious. Oh, I kind of have that muted. Yeah, do the same thing. So obviously that's not playing anything, but literally different notes. So that's crazy. Like I did not know you could do that. Like I'm probably late. Let me know in the comments if I'm like just super late to the party on this, because I honestly, since Logic Pro for iPad came out, I haven't even touched the remote, because I'm like, what's the point? Like if I want to use the iPad, I'm gonna just pull up Logic. But now the iPad is kind of making like a great companion for the desktop version of Logic Pro. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you knew that this was possible and I'm just late. But specifically for drum machine, I will absolutely be using this because it just made that process a lot easier. Because, you know, I was just kind of either I would play it, or for certain things I would just kind of play around with the mouse. But yeah, I think that's dope. I think it's dope. And this is why I think Logic is just the best.